It has been a far from ideal preparation for England heading into the Rugby World Cup. Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. Steve Borthwick's side kick-start their tournament against Argentina against a backdrop of injuries, bans, rotten form and Danny Cipriani's comments on the squad and coaching staff of recent years in his explosive autobiography. Following a humbling first-ever loss to Fiji, Owen Farrell said that a number of open and honest conversations have taken place, with Danny Kerr suggesting the players have grabbed hold of responsibility over the past few days. But for a side that reached the final 4 years ago in Japan, it would seem like a miracle for them to be crowned world champions on October 28 or even reach the semi-finals. Fortunately for Steve Borthwick's side, they have been given perhaps the easiest pull in the tournament, but they go into Saturday's clash with Argentina as underdogs, while Samoa are another side who could pose problems. So it might not be quite the simple task to reach the quarter-finals as many would have felt when the draw came out. A number of key players will be absent for Borthwick's side for the start of the tournament. In the case of starting scrum half Jack Van Portleet and winger Anthony Watson, they will miss out entirely due to tournament-ending injuries. Van Portleet was left devastated after an accidental collision with Ollie Lawrence during their 19-17 victory over Wales at Twickenham last month left him requiring ankle surgery. The 22-year-old established himself as England's first-choice scrum half after starting all 5 Six Nations tests earlier this year. His departure means Alex Mitchell has joined Ben Youngs and Kerr as the 3 number 9s in Steve Borthwick's 33-man squad, with the Northampton number 9 getting the nod against Argentina. Watson meanwhile was ruled out of the World Cup after picking up a calf injury during their defeat by Ireland. Tom Curry, who missed the entire warm-up program, has been thrown straight in against Argentina, more than 3 months since his last match, in order to plug a hole in England's leaky defence. His return is a risk, but perhaps one worth taking given Borthwick's side have conceded 30 tries in 9 games. England will be without captain and fly half Farrell and number 8 Vunipola for the start of the competition after both were handed suspensions for high tackles. Farrell will sit out the games against Argentina and Japan 8 days later, while Vunipola will only miss the Argentina fixture. While there has not been too much fuss raised over Vunipola, there was huge controversy surrounding Farrell's red card. His red card for a high tackle on Wales' Tyne Basham was rescinded by an independent judicial committee, sparking huge uproar in the rugby community. Mail sport columnist and 2003 winning coach Sir Clive Woodward branded the game a laughing stock, while a number of current players claimed the outcome was a joke. In a saga that lasted 10 days, World Rugby successfully appealed the decision to overturn his red card, with the appeal committee stating that his tackle was always illegal. there have been further distractions off the pitch, even by players from the past. Cipriani claimed that Farrell and George Ford were part of a leadership group that led the 2015 World Cup team like a mafia. In his autobiography, Who Am I?, he claimed the pair along with Youngs, Chris Robshaw, Dan Cole and others were always scheming. Though he said that he got along with those players, the comments don't paint a picture of complete harmony in the camp of that 2015 World Cup squad, which will leave people wondering if the same can be said of the 2023 group. Farrell addressed those claims as he responded to a journalist. "I have seen what you are talking about. I don't even know what to say, to be honest. I know Danny has got a book coming out, so hopefully that goes well for him." Cipriani in his book also revealed that he used to sleep with 3 women a day and claimed that Borthwick's predecessor Eddie Jones asked about his sex life with ex-girlfriend and TV presenter Kirsty Gallagher. Jones, who is now in charge of Australia, has denied those claims, insisting they're ing nonsense and absurd fabrication. Despite all of those distractions going into the tournament, the one big concern Borthwick will have is their form. Since losing to Argentina at Twickenham in November, England have lost a further 7 out of their last 12 matches, with 5 losses in their last 6. A 30-22 loss to Fiji, their first ever defeat to the Pacific Island nation, offers perhaps the biggest concern that England might struggle to get out of the group, despite it arguably being the easiest pool they could have fallen into. Borthwick though has insisted that he has full faith in his test coaching setup and that they will persist with their current tactics. England have been criticised for their statistics-based game plan that places a high emphasis on kicking. Despite outside concerns, Borthwick is convinced England have the firepower to make an impact at the World Cup. "I look at this team and see the likes of Ellis Genge, Joe Marler, Owen Farrell, Courtney Lawes, Maro Itoje, the list could go on," Borthwick said. "We've got players who know how to perform on the biggest occasions, and that's one of the central things we need to do this Saturday, perform together. We're going against a really good Argentina side, potentially the best Argentinian side in their history. So we know that's a challenge, but it's one the boys can't wait to get involved in. I can't stress enough, coming to Le Touquet, being here, the World Cup's really now begun. This is it. We are in it." Despite his outward confidence, even Borthwick would admit it would take a huge turnaround for England to click into gear at the biggest stage and make a run for the trophy which they last won 2 decades ago.